Good evening, everybody. Back on the GTO again, getting the headliner up tonight. Got it test fitted now. I'll show you in just a second. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it glued tonight or not. I'll show you in a second, see what you think. In the meantime, there's Mom out cutting the grass, which is probably what I should be doing. So I've given you guys a little information about this before, which is what I actually got off of University of YouTube. In my last video, I showed you guys putting it up on the rails, and I now have it pretty well stretched out. I'm thinking about leaving it tonight stretched out and not gluing it until tomorrow night. There's some marks, as you can see there. They don't look like that big of a deal. I think those will come out with the sun. But stretched out pretty well. I think these are not too bad. I can pull it up over here. I've only got one clip on here, so maybe I'll stick another one on here and pull it tight before I go to gluing it. But the next step is to go ahead and get it glued up. It really pulled up nice in the corners. I'll put the sail panels in so I can show you, and I've got to pull that deck off here in a few minutes. I've got a new deck cover for it. So I got the package tray taken out and just sanded all that where the screws were, and that flap folded down on the package tray, and there was some surface rust there, so I put some Rust-Oleum rust inhibiting paint on that, just stop the surface rust. I wasn't going to go through to try and match all this. But she's coming along, so it's ready to go back together. I've got the sealing. I'm going to let it sit tonight with the clips on it, then I'll glue it tomorrow night. And she's coming along pretty good. A couple little minor rust spots there that I did the same thing on. So, pretty exciting. Stay with us, guys. More to come. There's the old panel in the back. And here's our new one from Ames Performance. So excited to get this in. So it's going to look nice. It's that and the headliner, and then we'll get onto the carpet, or insulation first, then the carpet. And I looking forward to get her wrapped up. So I hope this fan's not making too much noise in the background, guys. Tonight it's about 9 o'clock, 9:12, and it's still 84 degrees. So I've got contact cement on all of this, and on this I'm just waiting for it to dry, so we'll get this back panel on now. And then next I'm going to go ahead and glue these rest of the ceiling up. It's been a couple days since I was back here last. I'm editing this video 2 pieces at a time, but let it sit in the heat. All the wrinkles will come out, so I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't get her to glue in. So I'm going to start at the front and work my way back. So front to back first, and then I'll come here and pull the sides again and try and get some more of these wrinkles out as we pull. So wish us some luck here. So there's the parcel tray glued in, and next we will take this down, and there's some screws that were on the front of this previously, and I'm going to put them back in. Got to get glues down and screws down, so that'll be next here. So we're making some progress. So we got the package tray all in. She looks good. Get this out of the way. So that's all done, nice even across the top where the seam is. And next I'm going to go finish pulling the top. While I was doing that, I did go ahead and glue this side. Pulled it a little tighter and got this side all glued over to the corner from the center mirror. Now I'm going to do the other side. You can see where I kind of undid the two of the clips, but that's my next little project. So we got the glue on there. We're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes. And then we'll proceed to putting this up. It's time to change brushes. This one's about to. You notice I cut a couple of reliefs over here as well. So we'll give that a few minutes, see what happens here. Okay, let's get this clipped up. I'm going to do one clip in both corners so I can get it nice and tight. I should say both corners, both ends. So the mirror goes in part of this, that's why I'm feeling around. I never knew I was any good at upholstery, and I may not be, so I guess we'll find out in a minute. One thing that sucks, there's bolts in the floor for the seats. And I have yield on them twice. It does not feel good. Corners from everything I've seen are very tough, so I'm trying to be really good about getting those corners in nice and tight. This contact cement is working very good. I just got it at Home Depot. But it seems to be holding very well. Pushed up in there nice and tight. Looks good, guys. Very happy with the front. Got some more of the wrinkles pulled out. Top's nice and tight. So now I'll move on to the sides. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to move on to the back now. So this back I can already tell I'm going to struggle with around these corners. Now, I'm not sure why. I may have to start, they say start in the middle. Maybe what I'll do is start in the middle and work all the way to the end on the first clip like I did on the other side, because I'm ending up with a big bunch here and it's got to get pulled down here somehow or another. And maybe when I cut some leaves in it won't be as bad, but right now it's horrible. So let me see how this lays out. Unless I can get my wife to come out here and help me make the video, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this as a one-man show at the moment. Well, that was a struggle, but I got the back done. I still got to get that pulled over on the bow to the right, but to the back it's good. Front to back you can see the pulls, just got to pull it side to side. I don't know why it pulled so nicely over there, but it did. I might have that corner pulled better, but that's the next portion. So I'm going to start doing the sides now. Okay guys, so next we're going to butter up the inside of these, inside the rail, the back of this, and show you, poking over here, you'll see me pull this tight under here, and we'll pull these bows tight across here. I'm going to start at the front. It's pretty good up here altogether, but I'm going to start at the bows and then work my way forward. So first thing to do is to put some glue on here and let it dry for 5 to 10 minutes. It's 84 degrees at 10:30 at night, so it's drying pretty quick. So we put the contact adhesive on both sides of the both the metal side and on the headliner. And we'll let it sit for 5 to 7 minutes. And we'll get this all glued up. The other nice thing about using rubber cement, some guys use adhesive for weather stripping. Problem is, if you get it on there too thick and it comes through the little holes in this, the perforations, then it's a pain in the butt to get off. So, not that I'm an expert at this, but I've been watching other people do it now for 2 months while I get the guts to do this, and that is what I have observed. I'm not putting it on too heavy, and it's worked well on the hard pulls on the other direction, so I'm just making sure I got all the surfaces done. There we go. So we'll let that sit for 10 minutes and we'll get back to it here. Got all the clips laid out here, as you can see, and we'll start where the bows are. I'm probably going to start at this one. This one is a loose bow. There's a bow in there, but that is where the light is, and that bow does not come all the way to the sides. It's the only one out of the 5. So I'm going to start at the second one from the front, pull it first, and then work my way to the front and then to the back from here. So I'm doing the same thing, guys. I'm starting at the second rod back, and I may be pulling it too tight. I'll show you when I get done, but I began to think I got it pulled too tight, so I'm going to go a little easier this time. So I think I was creating my own problems. What do you think, Cher? I will tell you one thing, guys, you cannot have too many of these binder clips. How are we looking, Cher? Pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
So this piece pushing out here, there's another seatbelt bracket in here somewhere. Is that better? You can talk in the video. So anybody who's done this before, I'd be curious to get your opinion if we're pulling this too tight, guys. Keep getting to this corner and running into problems. I don't know if it's going to pull out when I get the wings in or not. I guess we'll find out. Doesn't look horrible, but I've got these on both sides. I've got a little bellow right here. hit stop and then start it again. Now, Ryan Sampson, one of my other YouTubers, is doing a Camaro Z28. Ryan, why didn't you do a headliner so you can give me a little heads up on what's going on with this? So we are pretty much in. I've got to figure out how to get this wrinkle out of this upper side here, guys. Pardon my vacuum cleaner and other miscellaneous trash in here. I should have cleaned it out a little more last time. But I think, so there is a glue strip right here, and I think what's going to happen is once we get this glued down, you see it sticking there, guys. There's another glue strip right there, and I think that will take care of our problem. So I'm going to let the rest of this glue dry in case I end up having to pull it off. But I'd say we are well on the way to making this look very, very nice. And so there's another seatbelt bracket here and here that hold the, actually this is a coat hanger and this is a seatbelt bracket. And those will pull these up a little bit. And again, you got to remember this hasn't been in the sun whatsoever. And there's a seatbelt bracket right there. So she's coming along. I'm very happy with it. And that'll be the end for the headliner. We now have the package tray done. And I'll trim this all up tomorrow after all the glue dries. So, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below so you can keep track of what else is going on. After I do this, I am going to probably go ahead and get the installation on the floor tomorrow night and put the carpet down and put some clear plastic over top of that, that's self-sticking stuff to protect the carpet. I got a little more cleaning to do under the dash guys here, but overall the dirty work is done. So I also will probably get everything out of the trunk tomorrow and just vacuum that and make sure it's all clean. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think about these couple of sags in the corners, but I think they'll be all right. And we'll see you guys next time.